IELTS Writing, Academic Task 1, Part 2. The first graphic we're going to review is a bar chart. So here we have a topic. The bar graph below shows the number of tourists visiting two cities by season. So this is a topic and the main idea of the essay you're going to write about. So, and here we have also requirement that will always ask you to do the same thing, to summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. So you have to make sure you summarize the most important information in the graphic you see. So here we have a bar chart, and you're only going to select and report the most important details and make comparison between them. So here, for example, we have number of tourists by season, and we have two cities. As we found out from reading this topic, Dover and Troy, we have numbers. So these numbers represent number of people who are coming to these two cities by season. And we have 4 different seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. As you see, the most popular time to travel to Dover, it's a winter time. And the most popular time to travel to Troy, it's a summertime. And for example, in winter, 25,000 people come to Dover, and in the summer, it's a little bit over 20,000. So you have to make sure when you're writing your essay, you're only using the numbers and details you have on this graphic. So do not include any outside information and work with the graphic and information you have in front of you. And now we are going to discuss our graphic type 2, which is a pie chart. And as you see on the slide, we have 2 different pie charts that represent different years, 2005 and 2015. So before analyzing your pie chart, make sure you read your topic carefully and understand what the main idea of these pie charts. So the topic always contains the most important details, so make sure you read it. Let's take a look now, and I'll read it. The pie charts below shows a form of transportation to work normally used by workers in a particular city. So now let's go back to our pie charts. So you see Rockingham, it's our title, and transportation. So it means it's about transportation in 2005 and 2015. And Rockingham represents the name of the city where it happens. So when they say a particular city, so that means this is a particular city, Rockingham. And as you see, in 2005, car was the most popular form of transportation. It had 50%. However, in 2015, it decreased in number, and now we have 35% in 2015. So for example, walking was 5%, and it seems that it remains the same in 2015. And bus, let's see, bus is also the same. And carpool has become, let's see, it used to be 25% and now it's 20%. So it decreased in 2015. So the most important thing to do when you have this kind of task, read your topic very carefully, understand the main idea, and then start analyzing your charts, your graphics. Alright guys, so now we're going to discuss our third graphic, which is a line graph, and I'm sure you know why the name is a line graph. Well, I'm gonna tell you anyways. It's called line graph because of the lines you see in this graphic, and these lines, they actually represent different places. So let's take a look at our topic and you'll have a better idea. So I'm going to read it. The line graph below shows a number of single-family homes constructed in the United States by region over a period of 6 years. So now you have a little bit better idea, and you also know that all this happened in the United States. So let's take a look. We have our title. Always make sure you read it. New residential construction. We have different years from 2006 until 2012. And we have these numbers. So as you see, these numbers represent single-family homes. And your task is exactly the same that I explained to you earlier to do, to summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. So you are going to compare and you are going to discuss the most important details in this graphic. So for example, highest number, lowest number. You can also compare some, for example, some lines, and as you see, like 2 bottom lines are quite similar. and one of them is actually in 2010. Line number 2 from the bottom, it's a Midwest. It remains the same from 2010 to 2012. So I think this is important information, and that kind of information you can include in your essay. So that's what we have, guys, for our line graph. And here we have our last graphic, which is a table chart. And you have to do exactly the same things that we discussed earlier, but let's review a little bit about this type of graphic. So we have our topic that states the following. The table below gives information about independent films in the UK. Make sure you read that, and then next go ahead and try to identify the most important details and analyze the graphic. So here we have the title, Independent Films Released in the UK and Republic of Ireland by Genre 2012. So after reading this title, you get a little bit more information, as you see. So here we have Republic of Ireland as well. It's not only UK. So that's a very good information. And also that everything happened, this information that they provided is based on 2012. So as you see, we have total number, we have different genres, and we have, for example, comedy, drama, documentary. If you don't know some words, don't worry about that. And as long as you understand the information and you're reporting the most important details, so that's all that matters. So don't worry about words or things that you're not sure about. Your job is to understand the numbers, to understand the graphic, and only provide important details. Write an essay about that. So we have number of releases, percentage of all releases, and percentage of income from ticket sale. So here focus on the biggest number, lowest number, similar number, and maybe second biggest number. So that's all we have for our graphics, guys. Just make sure you practice a lot before taking your test. And as you see, all of them are very similar. You have to do exactly the same task, and you just need to practice, and whichever graphic you are going to get, you are going to do great with a lot of practice.